Hello everybody and welcome. Today we're gonna continue with my last video, and if you haven't watched it, I suggest you do. I'm gonna leave the link below. We're gonna continue the subject of family secrets. The last video, that's what it was, and I thought because family secrets kill us literally. Sometimes you just say, "Oh, family secrets kill you." Well, literally, for some people, they do. And family secrets and secrets in general makes you sick. Family secrets is like just having a poison in your body. And you're just expecting the one they will release, but it doesn't. Until you release the secret, you need to release the secret. And I know it's hard for most people, but we have to do it. Because unfortunately, when we don't tell these secrets, they keep rolling from generations to generations, and they can keep affecting other generations below us. And that's why I choose this subject today, autism. Why? Because most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, when it's a diagnosis with autism, we need to look for family secrets. Most of the time, not all the time, but we have to look on that family tree. Where are those family secrets, and why that child today can't talk, for example? But we're gonna talk a lot about this. So let me explain you. So not all the time, like I said, the family secrets are present. I've struggled to say no, because most of the time I do find family secrets when I have attended people with children with autism. So first of all, in traditional medicine and in the society, we treat the child with autism. That's what we do. Well, he has to get better, she has to get better. No, in my practice, we do opposite. We work with the mother, because the mother is the one that has the answers. Not just the mother, the grandma, the maternal mother, the maternal grandma, the mother of this child. Also, the answers are on her. Why this child has autism. So in my practice, we do it different. We work with the mother to help that child. And I have seen many beautiful results on this. So what we do is to look on that mother. And what we look, let me tell you what I look. I look for emotions during that pregnancy with that child, of isolation. That is a big one also. Isolation, you can take it as you want it, because for some people, let's say on my case, I love to be on my own. If somebody will say sometimes maybe I am isolated, but I actually like it, so that doesn't create a conflict for me. But for some people, maybe this creates a conflict, and that is what causes you to have a conflict with that. So isolation. Let me give you an example, because I love to give examples, because sometimes people say, well, isolation, what do you mean by that? It could just be that you just change cities or countries, and your husband now has a new job, and you just realize you're pregnant, and your husband is always out, or maybe he's in the military, and he's never home. And there you are in this new house with no friends, your husband's never home, and you feel isolated. And this also creates for you to not communicate what you truly feeling, and that is another cause of autism. The mother is not able to communicate, to say what she's truly feeling. She's shutting in a way, right? Another one is those truly painful situations that we keep in. Something that happened, it was very painful, I can't communicate, I can't do anything about it, I just need to keep it all in. All in is a good sentence to tell you, because what are autism children? They're all in them. They're in this bubble, right? Even the word autism, it comes from the author, from the Greek. This says all in, on me. It's I am in this bubble. But we're gonna go to that in a minute. So, and the other one, it's family secrets. And what do I mean by family secrets? Family secrets, period. But also the unborn. A lot of cases with incest in the family. And unfortunately, this is a case that I see a lot. And incest, I'm not going to say that I'm in favor or against, but we need to understand that only on humans is the incest that is seen as a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying that it's seen as a bad thing because animals don't do that. They don't see it as a bad thing and they do it. But that's another subject for another story. I'm not here to create controversy. I'm just here to explain what are the reasons behind autism. But incest it's one. When it's incest in the family, sexual abuse, all of that. Also domestic violence. That's another thing. Because this creates for the child to feel unsafe outside. But to understand all that I have just said, we need to understand one thing in our biology as a human beings that we are. So everything, this is very interesting, but so true if you put it in, if you see it. Everything that gives life, we repeat. Yeah? But everything that causes death, we try to avoid it. And what do I mean by death? It's not just literally somebody just die, but it could be a separation and we leave that as death. Because humans, we are like that. Everything that it seems painful, we see as a death. And we actually say, I feel like I'm dying inside. Some people even say, oh, my grandma just passed. I feel like I'm dying inside. I just separated. Yeah, my husband left me. I feel like I'm dying inside. And that's what I mean by everything that causes death. We try to avoid it. So, for example, I'm just going to give you a quick example that came to my mind. So, if your father, when you were very little, your father had a car accident and he died on it. He died in the car accident. So today you may be afraid to drive. And unconsciously you may be not even putting it all together, but it's because the car caused death. So we try to avoid that. So I don't like to drive, I'm afraid to die. But also when it's a car issue, car, airplanes, trains, sometimes elevators, also we need to go back to your mom when she was pregnant with you. What happened in that uterus? What happened in the womb? Because all of the conflicts with elevators, cars, airplanes, even trains sometimes has to do with what happened while my mom was pregnant with me. So, going back to that, so everything that gives life, we repeat it because it was good. My mom just had a baby, she was happy, my mom had a great pregnancy, everything that. I want to repeat that emotion. Of course, that was good. We repeat it. But when it causes death, we don't repeat it. So what happened when you are pregnant with this child? In the future, this child has autism. while you're pregnant, if you're living in isolation, or you are keeping everything in, that you can't express what you truly feel in you, maybe you are in abusive relationship, let's say, or you are going through something that you just can't express what you're feeling. Your father just died and you just can't cry because you don't want to um, um, expose this baby to all this pain, but you are struggling with that, but you're not expressing, you're not moaning. So this also goes to the baby, because what the baby learns, and this is when I said about what I just said, everything that gives life, we repeat it, and everything that causes death, we try to avoid it. Because this baby's growing there in that womb with isolation, maybe with family secrets, maybe something that the mother is living. Maybe it's a secret that the mother had during the pregnancy. Maybe the mother had another partner, another partner that is not the father of the child, and she is keeping that secret, or she did something and she's keeping that secret. Or maybe she is actually in a relationship. The father of this child is a man that it's a secret for everybody. Nobody knows who he is, and that is my secret. I can't tell who he is truly, because maybe he's married or whatever the story is. So that is what this baby is marinating in. But this baby is growing. So she's keeping it all in. She's keeping all the isolation, all of those emotions inside. So what that baby is thinking is, well, if I keep growing, that means that if when I get out, if I keep in this way, in my bubble, if I keep it all in like my mother is doing, that will give me life. So this baby borns, and when he comes out of the world to the world, he says, right, I'm alive. This gives me life. So now I have to keep it all in. I have to keep in my bubble. I have to keep it for myself. And that's when also they can talk. And not just with autism. I have seen this with many other cases where the child maybe is 4-5-year-old and he can talk or she can talk. They can talk, they don't talk. You need to look what happened there, what happened to that mother during the pregnancy, what happened to the maternal grandmother, because she has also answers. I had a call a couple days ago of a grandma. She was worried because her 5-month-old grandson was always shouting, she said. That's what she said. And I said, oh, by the way, how old is he? He's 5 months old. I said, right, so what was the mother had to shut? What she couldn't say, what she couldn't express, I said to her. But also, what you have been keeping through your life. What is it, those emotions, those feelings, everything that you've been keeping to yourself, that you put this bubble in also, and you couldn't say it. And she said, well, that makes a lot of sense, she said to me. I said, well, that's exactly what we need to work with, because you're gonna be able to help that grandson. Because funny enough, when a grandma comes, or an uncle, or sometimes it's the father, not the mother normally has all the answers, but also the father. And when they come, worry about somebody in the family, I said, well, you have the answers. That's why you come in. Because unconsciously, it's like we're keeping that guilt, but we don't know we have the answers. But we keep that inside, and that's when we look for help for a grandson, like this lady did, because he was shouting all the time. So this baby was just shouting everything that these two women, the mother, which was not, by the way, the daughter of this lady, And the grandmother, the paternal grandmother, was keeping in. And funny enough, that husband, the father of this baby, looked for a woman just like his mother, that she always keeps it all in. Interesting, isn't it? So when we have this case, for the baby means this is safe. If I just keep in my bubble, I'm gonna keep surviving. So they go through life like that. So now when there's a flipping in, when they flip hands, always, I would say the first thing I would do is look for people that drown, because this is like the motion of drowning. So I will look for that also in the family tree. That's what I do. And it could be other stuff, anything that will remind somebody in the family of this movement. Eye contact, I want to talk about that quickly. Eye contact, not all the cases, but you have to look for also domestic violence, like I said. So they can look at your eyes, because what happens, let's say the mother was in a relationship with domestic violence where the father used to beat her up while pregnant with this baby. So inside that, for this baby means, well, inside this house, my nest, I'm safe. But when that baby comes out of the world, this baby can look at the predator, the father, the one that used to beat the mother. So I just keep to myself. I don't look to people just in case they want to beat me up, because outside is not safe. Outside is not safe is another important thing that we need to look for, the emotions behind autism. Outside, it's not safe. So what happened there? What happened outside? What happened in that family? What happened in that house? That's what we need to look for. And let me see. I don't want to miss anyone. So we need to look for that. I had a case actually where the mother cheated on the father while she was pregnant. And it was a lot of stories also in the clan. It was incest in the family. It was sexual abuse in the family. But she also cheated while she was pregnant with this baby on the father. So the child couldn't do eye contact with the father. He did with the mother, but he couldn't do with the father, funny enough. Why? Because he couldn't see his father. If he saw his father on the eyes, he will have to tell him what happened, because they can feel everything. So that's another story just to give you some ideas of what you have to look for. So again, to resume this, when is autism, when is a child with autism, we work with the mother. First, we work with the mother because the mother has the answers. But also we're going to work with the grandma. And I don't mean that we actually have to do session with the grandma, but we can actually go to the grandma's womb while the mother of the child was inside the womb. When the grandma was pregnant with the daughter, we can go there and we can see what happened there. What happened while grandma was pregnant with the mother of the child with autism. So all of that, we can do it, and it's amazing. I just had a couple of days ago a beautiful message from this lady. Her daughter has autism, only a month after session, and she's seen already all the changes on her. It was a lot of stories in her family clan of everything that I just mentioned. And one of the things that this daughter hated, it was just to be exposed to public and exposed, be the center of anything. And a couple of days ago, the teacher actually put her on the spot, but she congratulate her for something that she did good in the class. And everybody started clapping for her and be cheating her. And actually, she was very happy. And she was also clapping and she was also happy. That was only a month after session. So it's a lot that it can be done and a lot that we can do, but we don't work with the child. We work with the mother, we work with the grandma, we work with the family tree, and we look on that family tree. What is there? What secrets are there? Because normally I find secrets. Well, I leave you with this. I hope this helps you. And if you want to contact me, I have my social media down below. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment. I always answer them. Take care. Until next time.